AVC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. I just recently did a room tour video, and I kind of mentioned in that video if anyone wanted to see anything in particular or had some other questions of things they wanted to see to kind of let me know, because I thought that would give me some good ideas for just kind of, some quick follow-up videos and that type of thing. And one of the requests that I got was for my sound, to kind of do a video of my soundtracks. I think mainly kind of my 80s soundtracks, but I thought since I don't have necessarily a gigantic soundtrack section, I would just go through and just kind of show them all really quick. So, yeah, I'll just kind of do a quick flip video here and fly through them. And, won't go through details on all of them, maybe just kind of a couple of that I think are kind of interesting. But, yes, we'll start off here. Pulp Fiction's on the front there, just kind of, a decorative piece to put out front. So, but, Mistress America, this is one that I definitely would talk about, and I've talked about so many times. I think this movie came out in 2015. Movie itself, very, very average. I've seen it once, do not need to see it again. Nothing special there. But the soundtrack is freaking fantastic. 80% of it is done by those two, and it's all instrumental stuff. But it is so 80s instrumental. I mean, the way I've always described it, you've probably heard me do this in a number of videos, when you imagine any scene in an 80s teen movie where the girl and the guy are about to kiss for the first time, almost any instrumental track on this album could be used as the background music for that scene and would just fit in perfectly. Yeah, so really, really fantastic soundtrack for someone who just loves that 80s feel. Now, it also has, like, some regular songs like Souvenir by OMD, which is my favorite song by them, so it's great that that's on here, as well as No More Lonely Nights by Paul McCartney, which is my favorite song by him as a solo artist. So it's kind of cool that those are on here too. But like I said, 80% of it is just those two doing magical 80s instrumentals. You got Annie there, the Archies, of course, Beetlejuice, Reality Bites, Diana Ross, Lady Sings the Blues. Awesome movie there, featuring Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams, and Richard Pryor makes a cameo in there as well. Little Vince there. Bulworth soundtrack had that song Ghetto Superstar. It's kind of cool on there. Murder Was the Case. Little Snoop Dogg there. Chipmunks Hollywood. Christine. Charlie Brown Christmas. Cobra. Remember that? It was one of the many action movies from Stallone back in the day. Colors, had that hit track by Ice-T. Electric Company, one of my favorite shows back in the day, including a very young Morgan Freeman right there. But yeah, love this. Just so many memories as a kid. My favorite two songs off of this is Punctuation and Silent E. Love those. But the one that I really want to find is the one that has Knock Knock Rock on it. That's the one that I really, really want. So if any of you ever stumble across that, think about me. Dazed and Confused, and then even more Dazed and Confused, kind of the follow-ups. A lot of good classic stuff there. Up the Creek, JoJo Dancer, Dirty Dancing, of course. Coal Miner's Daughter, amazing movie that turned me on to Loretta Lynn in the first place. I mean, Sissy Spacek did an amazing job in this movie, and even as a kid, I just remember loving so much of the music in that. Dusk to Dawn, another fantastic one here. Crazy vampire movie, but don't overlook the soundtrack. Great stuff in here, including that awesome song After Dark by Tito and I can't remember the other guy's name. But yeah, I mean, just such an awesome, awesome song. That they were the band that were playing in the bar when they first arrived. So just for those of you that kind of remember the movie. School Days, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Disorderlies with the Fat Boys, and of course That Thing You Do, another great soundtrack. One of the most hilarious movies, Napoleon Dynamite. Sesame Street Fever, C is for Cookie, all day long. Chariots of Fire, Superfly, Officer and a Gentleman. On My Own, single by Bobby Brown from Ghostbusters 2. Great, great track, one of my favorite songs by him. And here, of course, you have Blaze of Glory, by Young Guns. So you got Bon Jovi and stuff on there. Thin Line Between Love and Hate, that Martin Lawrence movie. Places in the Heart, another great movie here that oh my gosh, I used to watch this so much growing up. Such a great movie there. So a couple of different really cool versions of Cotton Eye Joe on there, which is awesome. Lost Highway. Of course, that has the Smashing Pumpkins. Animal House, Two of a Kind, You Light Up My Life, The Wildlife, Endless Love, Married to the Mob, which has, Goodbye Horses on there. Sound of Music, White Nights, which has Say You, Say Me. Hiding Out, Harper Valley PTA. Color Purple, another fantastic movie. Theme song from The Young and the Restless. Love it. Great piece of music. I'm sorry. Above the Rim, another really, really good soundtrack. It just got better and better over time. A nice mixture of R&B and hip-hop on that. Even the silly stuff on that is really good. School of Rock, of course, fantastic. Mr. Rogers. Rush. Debbie Harry. That's one of the songs from Scarface. And then, of course, the Scarface soundtrack. Rock and Roll High School and Wedding Singer 1 and 2. Great kind of two 80s comps right there. And then moving over here, one of my favorite soundtracks right there, which of course is Rockstar. I've spoken about that one recently. Teachers, stuff by 38 Special, ZZ Top, Night Ranger, Freddie Mercury, a lot of great stuff on that one. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Just one of the best, just kind of Americana comps right there. I mean, that's just such a great soundtrack and hilarious movie. The Good and Bad, the Ugly. Anyone who's ever seen Metallica live know that they come out to that song, which is really, really awesome. The Cover Up. Just kind of a cool, just a cover of a bunch of songs, really. I mean, it's a lot of random stuff. You can kind of see some of the track listing on here. A lot of popular songs. But one of the biggest ones, which is kind of funny, is they did that version of In the Air of the Night in a Cobra Kai. And I guess they didn't have the licensing and everything, so they kind of put, includes the Air of the Night, kind of the version in the Snake Gang movie, because they couldn't say Cobra Kai, which is funny. Good Morning Vietnam, Car Wash, Big Top Pee-wee, and Something Wild there, and of course the Pretty Woman soundtrack. And then you dive into the 80s. I know some of these in here are 80s too, but these are the ones that I kind of separate out in my mind as, my 80s. John Hughes mixtape, there's a lot of different things from his various movies. Same thing here, music on vinyls, 80s movies hit collected, just stuff from all kinds of 80s movies. American Anthem, Conan the Barbarian, The Lost Boys, Spring Break, another great one that I don't hear talked about a lot in the VC. Breakin' 2, Risky Business, DC Cab, Beverly Hills Cop, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Urban Cowboy, Adding the Cruisers, another fantastic one. Light of Day, Return of the Living Dead, Better Off Dead. See, now you're really talking. The Last Dragon, Iron Eagle, another fantastic kind of classic rock. Earth Girls Are Easy, Tough Enough. Be curious how many of you guys remember that movie. St. Elmo's Fire, of course. Streets of Fire, another fantastic one. The Goonies. Gotcha. Oh man, these things just bring such a smile to my face. And probably the soundtrack I listen to the most right next to Rockstar would be Grease 2. Man, I never get tired of listening to that or watching that movie. Crush Groove, Top Gun, Just One of the Guys. Another great one, doesn't pop up too often. Invincible from The Legend of Billie Jean, Karate Kid 3, La Bamba, of course. Stand By Me, Revenge of the Nerds, Jewel of the Nile, Against All Odds. For Your Eyes Only, definitely my first favorite Bond movie. Popeye, Vision Quest, yes. Rad, yes. Rappin', for those that probably remember that horrible movie, but still just so great. Woman in Red, Porky's Revenge, Rhinestone. Sylvester Stallone and Dolly were so funny in that movie, especially Stallone. He was hilarious. Rocky 2, Rocky 4, Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. Of course, Weird Science, Inner Space, Never Ending Story. Beat Street. This is Volume 1. I actually have a sealed copy and a listening copy of Volume 1. I have a copy of Volume 2 in my Finders Keepers, but I really need to find a nice copy of that. So If anyone happens to have one open to trade or anything, let me know, because I would love to get a very nice copy of Volume 2. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Tootsie, which of course has a really, really great song by, what's his name? Something's Telling Me It Might Be You. Just, I mean, fantastic soft rock track. Over the Top, Tough Turf, Heaven Help Us, of course, National Lampoon's Vacation, Miami Vice 1 and 2, Last American Virgin, fantastic 80s soundtrack, Teen Wolf, another awesome one. And I believe they haven't reissued that one yet. Some Kind of Wonderful. And let's finish it off with a little Youngblood, another great one there. So that's pretty much my soundtracks right there. I mean, I have a few in the other room. I guess I can kind of go show this one really quick, 'cause I know I put it up on the wall the other day. Because there's another one I'm kind of happy to have in my collection, which is the Empire Records soundtrack. That was an RSD from 2012, I think. So yeah, that one's not as easy to come across these days. And I have a few in my Japanese right there as well. But yeah, so there you go. Those are my soundtracks. And thanks for watching, guys. As always, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.